Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. And yes, you saw the title and you saw the thumbnail, and this is absolutely hilarious because it's literally a year ago that the trial was coming to an end. Well, it won't come to an end. It was the start of the second month, and a lot of stuff happened, and we found out a lot of stuff, which proved a lot of, like, my stuff, Tugs, say Stevie J, Les, all of us, that we were right. The people who got in touch with us, you know, they were telling us this bits of information here and there, and everything was right. So this is what we're looking at, and this is actually regarding, obviously, AH and Aquaman 2 and Walter Hamada. Now, one of the highest grossing DCEU films, Aquaman also starred the Danish girl actress, giving her a lot of appreciation and fame. Don't think it gave her a lot of appreciation and fame, do you? However, after the trial, there was news floating around that she might be replaced in the next installment. The trailer for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom was released during CinemaCon. They saw a glimpse of her in the movie, proving all the hoo-ha that she is no longer a part of the movie false. Now, with this by here, January of last year, I put out a video where someone got in touch with me. They sent me an email stating she has not had her option picked up to be in the film. And I put the video out there. A lot of people are like, no, she's in it. Obviously, her fans, they're like, no, she's in it. She's in it. And I was like, no, her option has not been picked up. Now, what these options go for is literally, you do the first one, we'll give you an option on the second one in case that we do want to have you. But again, we're only signing you up for one film, not two. That's what the option was. It's basically, they get first refusal if they don't want her in the film. Now, obviously, all this went forward. We saw it in the trial itself. Mr. Walter Hamada, the head at the time of DC Films, he was the one who came out and basically blew all of her lies out of the water. The news of the Danish girl actress's role being cut down to only 10 minutes in the Aquaman sequel has been circulating on the internet like wildfire since last year. Well, yeah, because we had people telling us, and we were like, if anything comes out in court about Aquaman 2, it will state that her role has been significantly reduced. And lo and behold, what happened? We had Catherine Arnold, ladies and gentlemen, who is, again, some Hollywood insider, some Hollywood bigwig, who literally ruined Aquaman 2 for a lot of people who would have gone and seen it. And she said herself, the first draft of the script, she had a lot more screen time. She was in action sequences. And then, yes, her role was drastically cut down to 10 to 15 minutes. Now, another rule of thumb for screenplays, for scripts and movies and everything else, TV is different, so is plays. But for a movie script, 1 page equals 1 minute of screen time. That's how they roughly judge them out. So 120 pages is 2 hours. That's what they wanted. And if they've said that she's literally in it for like 10 to 15 minutes, out of however long this film could be, again, depending on the action sequences as well, because this is going to be a huge battle and everything else, those battles on a page, they could be literally one sentence. Perfect example of that, of what I can give you, is Fast and Furious 4. They have a street race in that, which on screen, it's about 3.5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. On the page, it was 1/8 of the page, literally one sentence. And all it was, they have a badass race sequence. That is it. And that's what they did. Again, it's an established franchise. Now, for something like Aquaman 2, it would be they fight. And it'd be a few short sentences of what they need to do or what they kind of think the film is going to look like. But this is what happens. Rule of thumb, 10 minutes. She was in 10 pages of a 120-page script. So, the mother of one even knocked at the door of the court, claiming that her role in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom was reduced to a mere few minutes. During the trial, she testified, I fought really hard to stay in the movie. they didn't want to include me in the film. Now, why did she say that? Because she was going on this whole Johnny Depp situation, the courts, all the fans online, the boycott and everything else. It's all their fault. Not that she's a rubbish actress. But Walter Hamada said it though, you know. However, the former DC film head Walter Hamada dismissed her claims, saying that her small role in the movie Aquaman has nothing to do with her defamation when called to testify in court. He further claimed that the reason behind her minimised role was there was no chemistry between the leads. We had to work very hard in post-production to make chemistry. Now, I've put that by there at the bottom as well, Walter Hamada court video link below. I've left a link to the actual testimony where Elaine Brederhoft is going on and stating, yes, this is what's, you know, did you ever speak with Mr. Momoa regarding our client Amber Heard's role? Yes. Did you ever talk about chemistry with Mr. Momoa? Yes. What was said? And he goes, there was no chemistry. We had to work in post-production to make chemistry. That's bad. You know, that is actually really bad when that happens. Especially when you've got, in the same film, you got Aquaman's father, the guy played by Boba Fett, and he's got chemistry with Nicole Kidman. Perfect chemistry. Because they're probably likable off stage as well. You got, again, if you want to look at other films, you got Julia Roberts and Richard Gere in Pretty Woman, which is more than likely the pinnacle of chemistry on screen. Again, Julia Roberts again with George Clooney. Julia Roberts with Hugh Grant, Notting Hill. There is so many films out there where actresses and actors, the chemistry, you can just tell the chemistry is there between them. And you can believe that those two, yeah, I can see them two being together, that sort of thing. But with her and Momoa, whew, no chemistry. And when the head of DC has to say that in court, oh, that's not going to make you look good to anyone, is it? Any future employer where you got someone who is the president of the company of DC Films going, yeah, she has no chemistry. In court, billions of people have seen it as well. But another thing as well is when your acting coach as well says that you cannot cry when you have to cry on screen. Oh! It was just absolutely hysterical. But there's more. So we have gone for the first part by here. He further claimed that the reason behind her role being minimised was only because the creative team of the film was fearful of the lack of spark and chemistry between them. He said, verbatim, the size of the role in the film that she was determined in the early development of the script. Now, with that one there, the earliest part of the script, he is asked that question, and Elaine is like, when did you first see the scripts for these? He's like, well, I see them when they first come in. And because he is the producer, he's the head of, well, was the head of DC films going for that period, and he was the one who was making the big decisions. So he was going through them, he was looking, and we even saw on AH's evidence list. So the list that they put forward, her and Johnny Depp, remember, just before the trial started, was who we could see, the list of witnesses, what evidence they were putting in, and with Amber, she put forward a list of emails. That there was emails for text messages to James Wan, Momoa, again, Walter Hamada, all the people involved with the film. And there's sections of emails which show and state Aquaman, first draft, and you're going through these. And then it goes reduced role. Then there's another one for alternate scenes. Different scenes. Oh, you're not in this scene anymore. You're now in this one. You're no longer in this action sequence. There was so much of that going on. And I just found it absolutely hysterical because you also got Catherine Arnold. If you go back and watch her, she literally reads out the entire plot of Aquaman 2. And she also states, I saw the first draft, I saw the second draft, blah, 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 going on. And if she is some kind of big shot in Hollywood and she knows how the producers are moving and how they're running and shaking and everything else, she should know for a fact that, right, is this character key to the film? By the sounds of it, no, she wasn't. So that's what they've done. This film, it does sound like it's going to be like a buddy buddy action comedy. A bit like Lethal Weapon sort of thing, with Aquaman and his brother from the first one, the one who's played by Patrick Wilson. It's them two. They got to put their differences aside. Basically, that is exactly what they thought of. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see a couple of interviews beforehand, which I will have to look into now, because my mind is racing on this. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually thought this out before the first one was even done. Right, okay, we're going to do this for the first one, because they don't just plan on making one of these type of films. They want a franchise. That's exactly what they want. It's a superhero film. They want more than 3. And they probably thought, right, we'll have this in it now, but we may go into this. But that's what we got, ladies and gents. So let me know what you think below about all of this. Again, the video link is below for Walter Hamada telling the entire world she has no chemistry. And we had to work extra hard in post-production because she cannot act. If you are new to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell for future updates. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you soon.